Hey, wait, what are you playing? Oh, hello Ghost Rooster. I'm just playing everyone's favorite game. Michael Jackson, The Experience. Ah, yes. Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Or at least one of them. I heard that Elvis also got that title. Yeah, he's quite a legend indeed. Just thought, hey, why not? So, although he's quite a popular artist, I have to say, in general, Barney Hero, your music taste is a little, how can I say this? Bland. My music taste? Bland? No way it goes first, although I suppose my sister always says that my music taste is the best. Yeah, exactly. So why don't we do this little experiment, right? How about you sit in your chair and make a video about discussing new music that you never possibly thought of hearing? In fact, if you want, you can even get a friend to tag along too. Okay, fine. I mean, I suppose this can wait a little later. Though music can be enjoyed by everyone, it is generally very subjective. One person's ear candy may be chalk screeching on a blackboard to another person's ears. Some person may be biased to a certain genre, while other people's music tastes are eclectic. So I've decided on conducting a little experiment. And I know just the perfect person I can do this musical experiment with. Come with me. Alright, just so you know, this is a magical item which I created while I was having a cold in February, and I've been meaning to use this for a very special occasion, and I think now's the perfect time to use it. Alright, steady does it. Alright. It should work any minute now. I'm collaborating with Simptide for this video. Knowing that Simptide takes a serious interest in music, this was an opportunity I cannot miss. Me and Simptide recommended 2 normal songs to each other, as well as 1 video game soundtrack piece just to keep things more spicy and interesting. And for the past few weeks, I made sure to listen to every single song he recommended me, and he gave quite some very interesting choices. Just full disclosure, this video is our personal opinion. If there's a song that you recognize and like that we don't like and vice versa, then just keep in mind it's just our silly personal opinion. Granted, most of these songs are pretty obscure, so you may find a new favorite you can add to your playlist. Okay, this video is about to go to a length of an actual song, so let's just get straight ahead. first song I was recommended to was Them Changes by Thundercat. Now, I gotta be brutally honest, despite him appearing in a number of famous songs like Travis Scott's To Pimp a Butterfly, I've actually never really heard about this guy at all. So for this track, I was coming in blind, not particularly knowing what to expect. But then I actually listened to the song. The first 5 seconds was just your typical drum and bass, but then there was one particular thing which suddenly hooked me into the song. The whole da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I really don't know how to explain it. It was like if I was underwater. I mean, if I could just briefly play it. It reminds me a little bit of G-Love and Special Sauce, and also, for some reason, this particular track from Lego Bionicle. My point is, after that very weird hook, I was just immediately invested into the song. After the 53-second mark, there's like a piano that also accompanies that synth I just mentioned, which I think is very pleasant sounding. Uncovered with the drum and bass that appear in the first few moments of the song, it makes for a really enjoyable and comfortable beat to listen to, and surprisingly memorable too. My only real issue with the beat of the song is at the 1 minute and 16 second mark. 2 seconds before, some of the beats of the song just dissolve out, and then it's replaced with this slow, melodramatic segment that just kinda comes out of nowhere. But even then, it's a bit of a slight gripe, because it still sounds really nice, and the accompanying part where, like, Thundercat, like, says, ooh, I really quite like that bit very much. And while the song flows into that part of the song very clunky, the way it flows out of it is just magnificent. The way, like, the vocals just rise in, as well as the sweet bass, as you can slowly hear from the distance, I really quite like that. I'm going to quickly compare and contrast this with Ala Thuli, and if you say that I know this song just because of Just Dance 2022, then you're probably right. As a song, I don't mind it, but Ala Thuli has another weird section where, like Them Changes, it flows into, like, a different beat of a song, and while it's flowed through in a decent way compared to Them Changes, the trouble is, that beat itself is, the way the beat is laid out, it just has nothing to do with the upbeat tone of the rest of the song. Whereas compared to Them Changes, the song is supposed to be a little bit sad, it's supposed to be a little melodramatic, and that beat change, that particular beat encapsulates that perfectly. Whereas that part in Ala Thuli just sounds like a 12-year-old is messing around with Skrillex's dubstep kit without his permission. Now, while I already knew about the mood of Them Changes, I didn't exactly know what it meant, so I decided to search it up on the internet. According to popmatters.com, the song reflects on strife and grief on a personal level and from a worldwide view. And that melancholic aspect, again, just fits really well with Them Changes as a song. So for the rhythm of the song, I gave it an 8 out of 10, and for context, I gave it a 9 out of 10, which overall gives it a 17 out of 20, which is around a strong 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's a pretty good song, Simptide. I actually really quite like it. I love it so much that I even added it to my Spotify playlist. Speaking of Simptide, what does he think of my songs?
Oh, hello there.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
Yes. Moscow's having a bit of a technical difficulty right now. Don't blame me! We're here to give our thoughts on some... Why is this here? This music, alright? March. It's the month of music, alright? And I'm definitely not 3 weeks late to doing this collaboration.
Why you had to change?
Hot by Nick and Jay. That right there. House music. I don't know if it's considered house music, but damn. That is that's music I would play right now. So, right here, we've got some very clear. They're from Denmark. Pretty fucking obvious. That music video. Can't, can't show that. Can't show that. Can't show any of that. But the groove of it, that was great. The key switch at the end elevated it up. Oh, key switch! Key switch! It's like, you don't really hear key switches a lot, unless you're listening to country music. And why would you force that upon yourself? But Nick and Jay, hot. I'm gonna have to give that song a 7 out of 10.
Okay, so out of all these artists, MF Doom is the one which I'm most familiar with, which even then it's not really saying much. I only know about this guy because my sister played some MF Doom songs in the car once. Now take yourselves back to this video from long ago, and do you remember when Ghost Roaster was just messing around with that skateboard doing his music video? Well, that's not actually my skateboard. I never really learned how to skate. Since then, her skateboard had a complete makeover. But one of the things that she customized on her skateboard is, of course, MF Doom. So this MF Doom guy must be pretty popular. So, back onto talking about Doomsday. For rap song standards, the beat of this song is actually very, very oddly relaxing. The chimes and the drum and bass just reminds me if I'm just relaxing in a beach in the middle of Greece or something. And the vocals from Pebbles the Invisible Girl, whose entire discography was featuring in MF Doom tracks, are very nice and actually quite luscious and fits in with the beat in the background. If only if it wasn't ruined by these things. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. I like this. No! Those record spins that happen throughout the song is just so annoying. Like, you hear this very lovely tropical like beat in the background, and then you just hear this and even worse, near the end of the song, they even have a bit to themselves, which is just so irritating. It doesn't bring down the track a whole lot for me, and there are much more worse sounds out there, like the sound of polystyrene packaging, but even then, it's just so annoying. MF Doom's rapping is quite good, but it's just honestly there really. For me, it's just there to fill out the void of vocal performance when Pebbles the Invisible Girl isn't singing. Don't get me wrong, MF Doom does really spit some bars out there, but I know, it's just the lyrics don't really stick in my head as much as other songs. So I gave the rhythm of Doomsday a 7 out of 10, the context 7 out of 10, which overall gives it a score of 14 out of 20. Basically a 7 out of 10, so definitely not a bad song, definitely one I may listen from time to time, but it's not necessarily my style of music. Still better than modern rap music though.
No one knows all this trouble women do. It better have some like good chorus, because like this is riser. So that was Alexander Oscar and Sevilla's Complicated. Now, obviously, that first part where it's just the guitar and the guy singing, like, come on. It's been done before, it sounds uninspired, and really, this song as a whole is uninspired. But sometimes you don't need a creative foundation in order to make something that's good, right? Like, you can churn out something, this is music I will never see myself revisiting. And for that, I'm only going to give it a 6 out of 10. The beat is good. The guitar's fine. The guy's voice is alright. It sounds like something you would hear playing at a gym. Or, like, once it's like 2 a.m. at a nightclub and everyone's left or gone to sleep.
Right, this should be the easy part of the video, since video game soundtracks are very different compared to actual music, and the majority of them are about 2 minutes long, so this should be a very easy listen. Okay, so how long is this song? Wait, 10 minutes?! No. How could this be? When it comes to songs that are just about 10 minutes, there are only 2 songs that I really like. Pyramids by Frank Ocean and Lucille by B.B. King. There are 2 standout things which I really like about Pyramids. The first half talks about Cleopatra, who was the last pharaoh of the ancient Egyptian times, and it also has a really clean and lovely beat change, which flows into a more cinematic and darker beat. And while Lucille doesn't have a beat change to his name, what it does have is just sheer wholesomeness. It's just 10 minutes of BB King talking about his guitar named Lucille, and it just feels like a chilled out and mellow podcast which I can listen to at any time. But other than that, 10 minutes is just way too long for a song, so I had to distract myself a lot while listening to Dancing Mad. During the first half of the song, I was just eating dinner, cleaning up the floor because I accidentally spilled my Coca-Cola there, and also pledging my allegiance to our Lord and Saviour Big World. The first half of the song is purely orchestral, which in itself is fine, I suppose, but the thing is, orchestra gets a bit kind of boring for me after, like, a long while hearing it. Even then, it is very meticulously well composed. It's something which I will probably hear in a show like Game of Thrones. But just before the song reaches the 7-minute mark comes my favourite part of the song. Okay, I'm really liking the sound of this. I like the chords in the background. Oh yeah. Now that's what I call boss music, yeah. But then after the 9-minute mark, you get to this orchestral part, which is just really slow, which for some reason reminds me of a part in concerts where people put flashlights on their phones and just wave them around the sky like so. Then it rises to a climax, and then there's a slow drumming section, and the song ends. And this song is the theme to this guy? What's his name? Kefka? Yeah, as you can see, I'm not too well versed in the lore of Final Fantasy. For the purpose that this song is meant to set, being the final boss battle theme for an iconic Final Fantasy villain, I think that's where it lands well the most. If I was playing a video game, playing that final boss battle and that song comes up, then I wouldn't mind it so much of a background. In fact, I'd say it's very fitting, but it's not music that I necessarily want to listen in my spare time. So for rhythm, I give it a 5 out of 10, and for context, an 8 out of 10, which gives it an overall score of 13 out of 20. So basically about a strong 6 out of 10. And I have to say, I really do quite like all of these songs. They're really great at what they set out to do. But hold on to your horses, fellas. We're not done yet.
Tell me why you changed on me.
I actually do. I like F-Zero. I only ever played the SNES game. So, if he's got a car called the Death Anchor, then the hook on this song better be fucking good.
Oh!
Ooh. Ooh. That was Zoda's theme song from F-Zero GX. Now, bro. I should have sent him better songs. I'm gonna be honest. That was an 8 out of 10 song. Like, that was so good. I should have sent in something better. Bro. I love breaking down this kind of stuff. This is easily the most complicated most exciting song we've heard. Like, it's got such a strange combination of instruments, and it switches between scales so effortlessly. There's a little part of it in minor, and then it goes into like this crazy klezmer sounding. Just put an image of what the klezmer scale is on screen for people who don't know, for people who aren't as musically versed as me. I'm basically Mozart if he was like good at music. Soda stands for Zam. Oh damn. Oh, goodbye Biona Hero viewers.
This has been such a fun ride of an experiment, but sadly, fun rides and experiments always come to an end, and so is this video. I really have enjoyed discovering new music today, and I have two people who I want to credit. First of all, Simptide. Once again, he's been very fun to collaborate once more, and just go sub to him right now. He deserves it. And do you know why the thumbnail for this video looks so snazzy? Well, enter Chemical Bakery. He smashed it right up the park with those thumbnails, and he is such a talented artist. So, he's another guy who I recommend you go subscribe to right now. Sadly, we reached the end of this video, but what are some obscure music that you personally like? And which ones would you recommend to me? I'm open to any opinions. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.